Hello students, how are you? So in the previous video we completed the chapter acid, bases and salt. In the previous video we discussed about neutralization, acid rain, pH scale. Okay, so I hope it is clear to all of you. Today we will be discussing the exercise of this chapter. Okay, but before moving on to the exercise, let's take a look at some keywords and what you have learnt. Okay, keywords are acid, acidic. I told you, if any substance that contain acid, it is known as acidic substance. Similarly, if any substance contains base, then it is a basic substance. Okay, then next comes the indicator. What is the indicator? That helps us to differentiate whether a substance is a acid or whether a substance is a base. Okay, then comes a neutral. What do you mean by neutral? That when a substance is neither acidic nor basic in nature, then that substance is said to be neutral. Okay, then we studied neutralization reaction. I told you that a process or a chemical reaction in which acid and base mix with each other and neutralize each other, okay, to form salt and water. This process is called neutralization reaction. Okay, then salt, it is the result of neutralization reaction. Okay students, and we also studied some substance that contains acid, that you also need to remember. Okay, for example, acetic acid in vinegar, formic acid in ant sting, citric acid in citrus fruits, lactic acid in curd, oxalic acid in spinach, ascorbic acid, or you can say vitamin C in amla and some citrus fruits. Okay students, so I hope the keywords are clear to you. Now let's move on to what you have learnt. Okay students, take a look at the first point. It says acids are sour in taste, generally bases are bitter in taste and soapy to touch. We have discussed it when we were discussing the basic properties of acids and bases. Okay, next one, acid turns blue litmus red and bases turns red litmus blue. Okay, here it is only given about litmus, but you need to know other indicator also, for example turmeric and china rose. Okay, and in the activity we also discussed about a synthetic indicator, that is phenolphthalein. Okay, so if it says it is about litmus, you can also tell about china rose, that acids, the china rose solution in acid turns to magenta and in bases it turns to light green color. Okay, and the turmeric in acids and neutral solution it remains yellow and in basic solution it becomes red. Clear? See the next, substance which are neither acidic nor basic are called neutral. We have discussed that. Next is solution of substances that show different color in acidic, basic and neutral solution are called indicators. Okay, the substance that help us to differentiate, they are known as indicator. Next one is an acid and a base neutralize each other and form a salt. A salt may be acidic, basic or neutral in nature. I told you in the previous video that a salt may be acidic, basic or neutral. How? For example, if we take a strong acid and a weak base, so the overall nature of the salt will be acidic because the acid we have taken is strong. And on the other hand, if we take a strong base and a weak acid, getting it, a strong base and a weak acid, then the nature of the salt will be basic. Clear students? So this was about neutralization reaction. Clear? So these were some keywords and these were what you have learnt. Okay, so whatever I have told you till now, you have to make the notes of that. Okay, now we are moving on to the exercise. So students, ready? Let's start with the first question. First question is, state differences between acids and bases. Okay, so I am dictating the answer. Acids, you know, first point, acids are sour in taste, and for the bases it will be bases are bitter in taste. Okay, first point in acid is acids are sour in taste, in bases it is bases are bitter in taste. Second point, acid turns blue litmus paper to red. Okay, in bases you have to write base does not change the color of blue litmus paper. Okay, third point, acid does not change the color of red litmus paper. Third point in base, bases turns red litmus to blue. Clear? Fourth point in acids, acids do not change the color of turmeric solution. And fourth point in bases, bases change the color of turmeric solution to bright red. Okay, I am repeating again. For acids, the first point, acids are sour in taste. First point in bases, bases are bitter in taste. Second point, acid turns blue litmus paper to red. Second point in bases, bases does not change the color of blue litmus paper. Third point in acids, acids do not change the color of red litmus. And in third point in bases, bases turns red litmus to blue. Fourth point, acid do not change the color of turmeric solution. And the fourth point in bases, base change the color of turmeric solution to bright red. Getting, students? If you want, you can write one more difference about the China rose. Okay, that will also be a difference. If you want to write that the acids, China rose solution turns to magenta. In acids, China rose solution turns to magenta. In bases, China rose solution turns to green color. Okay, clear, students? Now, let us move on to the second question. Take a look at the second question. Ammonia is found in many household products such as window cleaners, full stop. It turns red litmus blue. What is its nature? Now, it has given you a hint. It is saying in the question, it turns red litmus blue. I told you the questions will come like this. It will be telling you that you are given a litmus solution which turns this into this. So, what will be the kind of solution? Okay, this is the same question. It turns red litmus blue. So, you know that red litmus blue, it is turned by bases. Okay. So, what is its nature? You will write the nature of ammonia is basic. Okay. The answer will be the nature of ammonia is basic. Okay. Now, third question, name the source from which litmus solution is obtained. What is the use of this solution? Name the source from which litmus solution is obtained. What is the use of this solution? Now, I told you when we were talking about litmus that it is a natural indicator, okay, and it is obtained from lichens. Okay. So, now I am dictating the answer. Litmus solution is extracted from lichens. Litmus solution is extracted from lichens, full stop. Litmus solution is used as an indicator to find acidic and basic nature of solution. I am repeating the answer again. Litmus solution is extracted from lichens, full stop. Litmus solution is used as an indicator to find acidic and basic nature of solution. Clear, students? The answer is clear? Okay. Now, the fourth question, is the distilled water acidic, basic, neutral? How would you verify it? See, students, when we were reading the pH scale, when I told you about the pH scale, I told you that the pH value of the water is neutral. We saw it in the diagram of the pH scale that the neutral water, or you can say, sorry, the distilled water was neutral. Okay, it was 7. So, what is the nature of distilled water? Neutral. And how you will verify? By tasting with any litmus paper, because it will not change the color. Okay. So, now I am dictating the answer. Distilled water is neutral and this can be tested by using red and blue litmus paper. full stop. In either of the case, color remains unchanged. I am repeating the answer again. Distilled water is neutral and this can be tested by using red and blue litmus paper, full stop. In either of the cases, color remains unchanged. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. Question number 5th. Describe the process of neutralization with the help of an example. Okay. In the previous video, I told you about what is neutralization. It is the reaction or a chemical change or a chemical reaction in which acids and bases mix. Acids and bases mix and neutralize each other. Okay. And the resulting formation is a salt and water. Okay, students. And I told you the example of HCl and NaOH, hydrochloric acid and sodium hydroxide. Okay, they give sodium chloride, that is a salt and water. Okay, so I am dictating the answer now. Neutralization is a reaction between acid and base, full stop. It is a process or chemical reaction in which acid and base mix and neutralize each other and form salt and water. Again, neutralization is a reaction between acid and base, full stop. It is a process or chemical reaction in which acid and base mix and neutralize each other to form salt and water. Okay. Now example, when hydrochloric acid is mixed with a base, when hydrochloric acid is mixed with a base, in bracket sodium hydroxide, bracket closed, they react with each other, and form sodium chloride and water. They form sodium chloride and water. Okay. The reaction I have already told you when we were discussing the neutralization reaction, so you have to write the reaction as it is. Okay. Again, neutralization is a reaction between acid and base. It is a process or chemical reaction in which acid and base mix and neutralize each other to form salt and water. Example, when hydrochloric acid is mixed with a base, in bracket sodium hydroxide, they react with each other to form sodium chloride and water. Okay, they neutralize each other and form sodium chloride and water. Clear, students? Shall we move on to the next one? 6th question is, mark the statement for true and false. Okay, now let's take a look. First, nitric acid turns red litmus blue. Is it true or false? I told you it is an acid, and acid turns blue litmus to red. So this statement is false. Okay, the nitric acid turns red litmus to blue, it will be false. What will be the right statement? Right statement will be nitric acid turns blue litmus to red. Okay, see the next one. sodium hydroxide turns blue litmus red. Again, sodium hydroxide turns blue litmus red. Now you know that sodium hydroxide is a base, and we have studied that bases turns red litmus to blue, not blue litmus to red. Okay, so this statement is also false. What will be the correct? Correct will be sodium hydroxide turns red litmus to blue. Clear, students? Now come on the third one. Sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid neutralize each other and form salt and water. We just discussed in the previous question also that sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid, HCl and NaOH, neutralize each other and form salt and water. Salt was sodium chloride, NaCl, and water. So it will be true. Yes, this statement is true. Okay. Fourth, indicator is a substance which shows different colors in acidic and basic solutions. Yes, this statement is also true. That's why you can differentiate between a substance that whether it is an acid or a base with the help of indicators. Okay. Fifth one, tooth decay is caused by the presence of a base. No, it is false. Tooth decay is caused due to the presence of an acid. Okay, so the first one is false, that is nitric acid turns red litmus blue, it is false. Second, sodium hydroxide turns blue litmus red, it is also false. Third one is true, sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid neutralize each other and form salt and water. Fourth, indicator is a substance which shows different colors in acidic and basic solution, it is also true. And fifth one, tooth decay is caused by the presence of base, it is false. Okay. So students, let's move on to the next question, question number 7th. Dorji has a few bottles of soft drinks in his restaurant, but unfortunately these are not labeled. He has to serve the drinks on the demand of customers. One customer wants acidic drink, another wants basic, and the third one wants neutral drink. How will Dorji decide which drink is to be served to whom? Okay, he has few bottles of soft drinks. Now the customer wants acidic, basic, and a neutral drink. The question is asking how will Dorji decide which drink is to be served to whom? So what the method he can use? Definitely the first method that he can use is by tasting, because they are drinks, so he can taste it. If it will be acidic drink, then the taste will be sour. Okay, and if the drink will be basic, then the taste will be bitter. Okay, and the second method is he can use litmus paper to test the nature of soft drink. Okay, so I am dictating the answer. Dorji can use litmus paper to test the nature of soft drink. Full stop. He should use blue litmus paper to test acidic drink. He has to put a drop of drink on blue litmus paper. If it turns red, then the drink will be acidic. Okay, full stop. Similarly, he should use red litmus paper to test basic drink. If the litmus paper turns blue, then the drink will be basic, and the neutral drink will have no effect on the litmus paper. Full stop. In this way, he can decide the nature of the drink. Okay students, I am repeating it again. Dorji can use litmus paper to test the nature of soft drink. He should use blue litmus paper to test the acidic drink. Full stop. He has to put a drop of drink on blue litmus paper. If it turns red, then the drink will be acidic. Full stop. Similarly, he should use red litmus paper to test basic drink. If the red litmus paper turns blue, then the drink will be basic and there will be no change on the neutral drink, or you can say the neutral drink, there will be no change on the litmus paper. Okay, so in this way he can decide what the nature of the drink. Okay students, shall we move on to the next question? Okay, next question, question number 8th. Explain why. First is A. An antacid tablet is taken when you suffer from acidity. We discussed in the previous video this one. The answer is, I am dictating the answer. The antacid tablet contains base like milk of magnesia which neutralize the acid produced in stomach. Full stop. Hence, it is used while suffering from acidity. Okay, I am repeating the answer again. The antacid tablet contains base like milk of magnesia which neutralize the acid produced in stomach. Hence, it is used while suffering from acidity. Getting, students? Let's move on to the second part of this one. See, what does the second part say? Calamine solution is applied on the skin when an ant bites. I told you when an ant bites, it injects formic acid. Okay, formic acid is present in the ant bites. So that's why we feel burning sensation or itching sensation. Okay, so the answer is, when ant bites, it injects formic acid inside the skin. Full stop. Calamine consists of zinc carbonate which is basic in nature. Full stop. Hence, it neutralizes the effect of formic acid. Okay students, I am repeating it again. When ant bites, it injects formic acid inside the skin. Calamine consists of zinc carbonate which is basic in nature. Hence, it neutralizes the effect of formic acid. Clear? Now the eighth C part. Factory waste is neutralized before disposing it into the water bodies. This one also we discussed when we were studying neutralization in day-to-day life, everyday life. Okay. The answer is, factory wastes are acidic in nature which may cause harm to aquatic life. Full stop. Hence, they are neutralized by using a base before disposing. Hence, they are neutralized by using a base before disposing it into the water bodies. Okay, I am repeating it again. Factory wastes are acidic in nature which may cause harm to aquatic life. Hence, they are neutralized by using a base before disposing it into the water bodies. Okay students, clear? Now let's move on to the next question, question number 9th. So students, question is, 3 liquids are given to you. One is hydrochloric acid, another is sodium hydroxide, you know it is a base, and third is sugar solution. How will you identify them? You have only turmeric indicator. Now, very important. You know that turmeric solution turns red when comes in contact with base, and it does not change when it is in acidic or neutral medium. Okay, so what we will do? See, first we will check all the solutions with the help of turmeric solution. One of them will turn red, so that will be sodium hydroxide. Okay, that will be the sodium hydroxide because it is a base. Okay, one of them which will turn red, it will be sodium hydroxide, it will be confirmed. But now remains the two solution, hydrochloric acid and a sugar solution. Now we will add these two solutions one by one in the same solution that turned red. Okay, the same solution that turned red, means turmeric solution plus base turns red. Now we will add both the solution one by one. If the color changes to yellow again, the red color of that solution changes to yellow again, means that the acid had neutralized the base. So the solution that we have added was hydrochloric acid. And if it does not change, means there is no neutralization reaction taking place, so the solution is of sugar. Clear, students? Very important. What we have to do, first we have to test all the three solutions. One of them will turn red, means that is a base, it is confirmed. Okay, now the remaining two solutions we have to add one by one to the solution that is red. Okay, now if the color of that red solution turns yellow again, means the acid has neutralized the base, so the color has changed to yellow again, so that substance is acid. And if does not change, then that solution is sugar, because it is neutral. Neutral will not neutralize. Who will neutralize the base? Of course, acid. And neutral substance will not neutralize the base. Okay, so if neutral substance is added to red color, there will be no change. But if an acid is added to that red color solution formed, then it will turn to again yellow, because there is neutralization reaction taking place. Okay, so the answer is, write down the answer, turmeric solution turns red in contact with base, full stop. It is not affected by acids and neutral substance. Okay, full stop. So at first we will identify base. At first we will identify base. A solution is taken and turmeric is added. If it turns red, then it is a base. Full stop. Then one of the solution, or you can say one of the remaining solutions is added gradually or slowly. Then one of the remaining solution is added slowly to the red color solution. If solution turns yellow again, then added solution is hydrochloric acid, because it neutralized the base. And if solution does not turn yellow, then the added solution is a sugar solution. Okay, students, I am repeating it again. Turmeric solution turns red in contact with base, full stop. It is not affected by acids and neutral substance. At first we will identify the base. A solution is taken and turmeric is added. If it turns red, then it is a base, full stop. Then one of the remaining solution is added gradually or slowly. And if the red color solution turns yellow again, then added solution is hydrochloric acid, because it neutralizes the base. And if solution does not turns yellow, then it is sugar. Okay, students, shall we move on to the next question? I hope it is clear to you, and if not, then you can go through the video again. Okay, question number 10th. Blue litmus paper is dipped in a solution. It remains blue. What is the nature of solution? Explain. Now the question is saying that you have a blue litmus paper, okay, and it is dipped in a solution and it remains blue. So what will be the nature of the solution? Now we know that acid turns blue litmus red. Okay, the bases and the neutral substance do not have any effect on the blue litmus paper, because bases will turn red litmus to blue. Okay, and neutral substance also don't have any effect on the litmus paper. Bases turns red litmus to blue, so they don't have any effect on the blue litmus paper. So the nature of the solution can be what it can be. It can be basic or neutral. Okay, so write down the answer. The nature of the solution may be neutral or basic, because basis turns red litmus to blue, and do not have any effect on the blue litmus paper. Because basis turns red litmus to blue and does not have any effect on blue litmus paper. Similarly, neutral substance also have no effect on litmus paper. Similarly, neutral substance also have no effect on litmus paper. Okay, so I hope it is clear to you. It may be neutral or basic. Now the next question is, consider the following statements. Which of these statements are correct? Okay, A, both acids and bases change color of all indicators. I know that this statement is not correct. Okay, because there are some indicators in which the color remains same. Okay, the simple example is turmeric. Second, if an indicator gives a color change with an acid, it does not give a change with base. This is also false. It is not so that if it is giving a color change with an acid, it will not give with the base. It may give. Okay, for example, China rose, it is giving with acid also and base also. C part, if an indicator changes color with a base, it does not change color with an acid. So this statement is just opposite of the above one, so this is also false. Okay, now see the fourth one, changes of color in an acid and base depends on the type of indicator. Yeah, this one is correct. Definitely it will depend. If you have taken litmus, then it will depend on that. If you have taken turmeric, then the color will be according to that, and if you have taken China rose petal, then it will be according to that. Okay, so which of these statements are correct? First option is all four, second is A and D, third is B, C and D, fourth is only D. So the answer is only D. Okay students, only the D option is correct. So students, this is the end of the chapter. This concludes the chapter acid, bases and salt. Revise it properly, make proper notes and complete the exercise. Okay student, take care of yourselves, keep studying. Thank you.